Hello everyone and welcome to my live chat. This is Kat and it's Friday, so I'm so happy to have you here. Today we have a 3-layer cake. Our first layer is our routines. We have 5 routines every day. If you're an at-home fly baby, you're going to do 3 of them in the morning, 1 in the evening, and 1 before bed. If you're a payroll fly baby, you're going to do 1 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon when you come home from work, and 1 before bed. And they are morning routine, laundry, paper, after dinner routine, before bed routine. So if you're an at-home fly baby, you're doing the first 3, morning routine, laundry and paper. In the morning, if you're a payroll fly baby, you're just doing morning routine. In the afternoon, you're doing, or after, around dinner time, you're doing the after dinner routine. If you're a payroll fly baby, you're doing after dinner routine, laundry and paper, and then everybody's doing the before bed routine. We're also filling in with 3 clutter checks, morning, afternoon, and evening. And then the second layer of our cake is our basic weekly plan. No, our zone, sorry. We're in zone 3. It's the last day of zone 3, the bathroom and 1 other room. So it's either the bathroom or that other room. If it is a cluttered area, you're going to declutter for 15 minutes. And then you're going to finish completing the process by throwing away, putting away, or giving away. That means you're taking it to the car to give away, taking it outside to the big garbage to throw away, or you're putting it away in the home in its place if you have found one. All right. If you leave the garbage in the house, why do I always say to take it out? Because someone is going to walk by the garbage and say, oh, no, you're not throwing that away. So it's best to seal it in a garbage bag and put it in the big garbage can. No one will see it, and then they won't ever think about it ever again. Then the last part of our 3-layer cake today is our basic weekly plan. Today is car and purse day. Very simple thing to do. If you're a payroll fly baby, you can do that on your lunch hour. Or your break. Just go in and make sure there's nothing in your car that doesn't belong in there. Put it in a bag. If you don't have a place to deal with it at work, just put it in a bag. When you get home, deal with that. Except for the garbage, you can certainly throw away at work. And then if you're at home, take care of it at home. If you can, it's a nice day to go ahead and get the car washed and fill it up with gas. You don't have to wash it every time. You may not even need to fill it up with gas every time, but it's a good day to take care of your car. Check the oil, those kind of things. It's a good car day because it's a small thing to do. The other thing is your purse. How easy is it to clean out a purse? Now at work, you have to dig through it, but at home, you can sit on the floor and dump her out. Wipe the purse out, put it away, go get another one, or use the same one. Just put back in what you really need. Your Kleenex, your keys, your lotion, your hand sanitizer, your wallet, your couple of hair ties maybe, your brush or your comb, your lip gloss. You know the things we need in there. Everything else that you've got, looking through it and see how much of it's trash and pick the good stuff out of the trash and go put it away, throw the rest away. If you have old receipts and you've already paid those things and they've already cleared your account, unless you're keeping them for taxes, throw them away. I throw mine away. Okay, that's it. Now it's also date night. So plan on having a date. If you are unable to get a babysitter, then you have to wait until your children are asleep in bed. You don't mention that you're having a date night in front of the children because they want to be part of it. They're asleep in bed, and then you and your husband can have a date night. Pop some corn, watch a movie, have time together where you can share an experience or talk, sit outside and look at the stars. Whatever it is you want to do, you need time together without children interfering. It doesn't mean that you won't talk about your children to each other. That's part of your life. They are part of your life and very important part of your life. But it does mean that your children won't be tugging at you. Look at me, look at me, look at me, because that's what they want. They always want your attention, your love, and your approval. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the nature of a child, but that's exactly why you need a date night. If you can get your mother-in-law, your mother, your oldest child, your neighbor, a good babysitter to watch your children for you, you can go out together and be assured that you won't have children interrupting. Okay. All right, so that's date night. I am open for comments, concerns, and questions. Remember to put your questions in capital letters so I see them. Thumbs up will be very much appreciated. I have 31 people on today. If you're a lurker, please give me a smiley face. If you are, or something, If you are not lurking and you want to talk, let's talk. And please come out of chat for a second and give a thumbs up if this is a platform you enjoy. Okay, let's see who's on here. Actually, I have no comments. How strange is that? How strange is that? No comments. Come here, babe, and look at mine. Walk over here and look at mine. None. Okay, well, Larry will read your comments and I'll answer. So, Larry, read the first one. Read one. Read one, honey.
Good morning. How come your phone does not have comments?
I do not know. I'm in live chat. Are you guys in live chat? Live chat, not
Hit
top chat.
Hit top chat and see if it comes back.
Top chat? No chat. Live chat where I'm supposed to be? No chat. How funny is that?
Oh, that's not on Wi-Fi.
Okay. So, I guess we're not going to have questions today because Mr. B refuses to read any.
Dude, there's a million.
Just pick one.
No.
Pick a question.
You useless.
He's not going to do it. He's frowning and searching through. So maybe I'll make
There's
this
really no questions, just comments.
just comments. So if you have a question, put it in caps so Mr. B can read it, okay? And because he's not going to read comments. But I know what you're saying probably. Good morning. Have a wonderful day. So glad to catch you live. I'm new. If you are new, Mr. B, if you'll find any new ones, I appreciate that.
Tracy said, what is a 20%er?
What is a 20%er? Great question, Tracy. A 20%er, there are, of the 100% of people who watch this video, for example, right now there are 40 of you watching this video, 80% of you will not do what I tell you to do in the beginning of the video. 20% will. If you're doing what I ask you to do, you're a 20%er. You can't be a 28%er or a 100%er because it doesn't make sense. You're either a 20%er or you're not. So if you're a 20%er, hooray for you. You don't have to tell me because I can't see it today, but know it in your heart if you're a 20%er. I'm so proud of you if you are. Any other questions or comments, Mr. B?
Marty says, do you take receipts when they offer to you? I usually ask them to toss them. Is there any financial risk to this?
Marty asked if I take receipts if they offer them. It depends. It depends. I don't take a Starbucks receipt because I use my Starbucks app on my phone and I can see that it came out right away. Most other things I take a receipt for because I use a credit card. I keep a zero balance on the credit card, but I use a credit card. When I go home, I write that amount in my checkbook register because I treat my credit card like it's my checkbook, right? So I write it in my checkbook register, subtract the amount from my total of available money that I can spend. And then when I see that amount show up on my Visa card, I transfer from my checking account to my Visa card and I check it off in my checkbook register. So I know it's been taken care of. And then I throw it away. That's how I use it. Now, any other reason to keep a receipt besides something like that would be, like if you're using your debit card, I recommend that you do it too because you don't have any proof of what you put on your card and for you to write it down and subtract it from your checkbook register balance. Let's see. But you don't have to have proof. I'm just saying it just helps you remember so you can write the right amount. And then you can say, hey, they charged me too much when they ran that card. It was only $20.72 and they charged me $41.44. They doubled it or whatever. Okay? So you can go back and say, this is the receipt, and this is what you did. So that's why I would keep them if you're using some kind of a card. Although I don't recommend debit cards, I find as a banker, those are not the safest of cards. The credit card is. But you have to be in charge and not going to run that card up. If you know that you're going to run your card up, don't use a card. Use cash or your debit card. Okay, only bad thing about cash is if you lose it, you've lost it for good. If you lose your debit card, you can cancel it. Okay, let's see. I know that's a mixed message, but if you can just learn to control your inner child, you can use a credit card. And it's the best way because every purchase is guaranteed and you can stop the payment on the credit card. That's another reason. All right, let's see, girls. The only other reason to keep a receipt is if it's a business expense and you are doing that kind of a tax return. Okay, any other questions, comments, or concerns over there, Mr. B?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay, we'll pick one.
Anna from Germany says, how do you adjust everything, Flylady, after a long, nice holiday?
Great question, Anna from Germany. Her question is, how do you adjust everything after a long, nice holiday? You step right back in where you stepped out. Hopefully, Anna, before you went on vacation, you did a weekly home blessing and you've been doing your zone and your basic weekly plan. So your house didn't look too bad, even if you still had to have some clutter that was left behind. When you come back, it looks exactly like it did when you left. So you get to step right back in where you stepped out. The only thing you're going to have probably extra is laundry. So you might, instead of doing 1 load a day, do 2, or if instead of doing 2, do 3, just to catch up on your laundry. But that's the only thing, and don't catch it all up on one day, it's too hard. But you do want to, number one, unpack everything that you brought home within 24 hours. Get everything in the laundry room sorted and ready. Start your laundry. And then look and see what day it is. So today is Friday, you would follow the plan for today. And don't worry about it. We never catch up and we never double up, except laundry when you have to do 1 extra load. That's all, just 1 extra load. And don't forget, your laundry is never done until you folded it, hung it up, and or hung it up and put it away. Okay, next question, Mr. B.
I have another question. I posted the Patreon link.
Mr. B said he posted the Patreon link for you guys. So if you aren't already a patron, and I think most of you may be who come and watch me on these early parts of the video, but if you're not a patron, I encourage you to become one, $5 a month. And it's a little more encouraging videos that you can go back to and watch over and over again. This is just our little live chat. Okay, that's what I encourage you to do. Okay, question or comment, Mr. B?
Still talking about receipts.
Any questions or comments that I need to know?
I have a little laundry amount. How do you implement part-time work? That's changing my life hard.
Tar, that's Rachel, I think. Rachel said that she has a lot of laundry and she wants to know how to take care of all of that laundry and work a part-time job. And the way you do that, Rachel, is that you use your planner and you plan out when you're going to work. Put that in your planner first. And then you see when you're going to have time that you are not going to be working, and you're going to squeeze in when you're going to do your laundry. So figure out how much laundry you do have. People who have lots and lots of laundry probably have too many clothes. It means that instead of washing clothes, you're just pulling out more and more clothes from your surplus. So my suggestion is get it all washed by going 1 extra load a day, just 1 extra. So if you're normally doing 1 load a day, if you're doing no loads a day, do 2 because you're behind. You should be doing probably 1 a day. But if you have more children and they're all under 9 years old, then you're going to be doing more laundry. If your children are 9 or older, you're going to assign them a day to wash, dry, and fold and put away their own clothes with your supervision. Because that's a gift you're giving them, how to do their laundry. All right, so you're going to do, let's just say you pick 2 loads a day. You're going to do 2 loads a day. So wash 2 loads a day. There are various ways of washing clothes. I prefer sorting by color. Some people just do confetti loads. I do occasionally do a confetti load if I just have a load and I want to get it done, especially now that I'm living in a small space. I take that load and just wash a confetti load. A confetti load is a mixed load. Just make sure when you're mixing loads that you don't have colors that are going to run or things that are going to cause your whites to become dingy. Like jeans can sometimes cause your whites to become dingy. You can do a color cloth in that laundry and that will capture any extra pigment. But you can avoid that whole thing if you've got a lot of clothes, just separating your whites, your mediums, your darks, your towels, and your sheets. And then maybe that day you're just going to do the sheets, and the next day you're just going to do the towels, and the next day you're just going to do the darks, and the next day you're just going to do the mediums, and the last day you're just going to do the whites. But here's the cool thing about that. If you're doing it like that, every day more whites, darks, towels, and things are coming into the piles. And if you'll just wash that whole pile, so let's say that's 3 loads of whites, that's fine. Get those all washed, dried, and put away. The next day, darks, maybe you just have 2 loads of darks, maybe you have 4 loads of darks. The next day you're going to have more whites and more darks from people using them during the week, right? But you're not going to worry about those. The next day you're going to do your towels. Maybe you have 3 or 4 loads of towels. You're going to get those done and put away. I'm talking about somebody with Mount Washmore, all right? And then the last day, you're going to do your sheets. And that's just a finite number, only one set of sheets per bed. Unless some child threw up or wet the bed, you're only going to have one set of sheets per bed. So you're going to wash your sheets and put them back on the bed, or fold them and put them away. Now, you've got still some whites, some darks, some towels. And now when you strip the bed again, you're going to just wash the sheets and put them back on the bed. You're not going to have to fold sheets again. And then when you get to the day that you decide to do whites, you're just going to have that little bit of whites from the week. And when you start to do darks, you're just going to have the darks. I left out mediums. At some point, you may not even, depending on the size of your family, you may not need to separate your lights and your mediums. Or you might put some of the mediums in the lights and some in the darks. Like I put my gray mediums in the darks, and I put my light colored mediums in the whites. That's not a problem for me. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Remember that you always want to fold it and put it away. Each load takes about 7 minutes to fold or hang up and put away. If you don't wash gigantic loads, washing gigantic loads is not a gift to yourself. Okay, Mr. B has another one. What is it, Mr. B?
Karen Novak says, where do stairs fit into the plan?
Great question. Karen Novak is asking where do stairs fit into the plan. I like to do stairs with the entryway because generally they come somewhere near the front door, and the entryway is a pretty easy zone. So if you're ready to vacuum your stairs or sweep your stairs or polish the banister, whatever, that can be part of your entryway, which is zone 1. Next question, Mr. B. Micah.
Kat, I need your help on how to keep my freezer from looking cluttered.
Micah.
Prep freezer meals for our after baby tips on maximizing space.
Okay, Micah. Micah has a question on maximizing space and organizing her freezer. She is expecting a baby and she's trying to prepare freezer meals. Well, first, Micah, you'll need to organize by products. So frozen vegetables go in one area, frozen meats go in a different area, frozen seafood in a separate area, and then your meals in a separate area. And that's about it. I mean, that's the only things that we freeze, right? Is there something confections like ice cream or popsicles can go in another area. If you freeze bread in a third area, in a fifth area, or whatever number we're on, you can't freeze bread and do freezer meals if you just have a freezer, just a small freezer over your refrigerator. You can do maybe one, but you're not going to have room, and that's something you have to deal with. But if you have a small freezer, you can definitely organize it. I had a small chest freezer I got from Costco for about $100, I think. It wasn't much. And it had a couple of sliding baskets, but in the bottom it was hard to separate things, so I got plastic containers from the Dollar Tree, and I put beef in one, chicken in one, fish and shrimp in one, and then I had a section where I could stack all the freezer meals, and that was all on the bottom. And on the top I put vegetables and confections and bread. That's what I did. So I hope that helps. You just have to organize like things together, and you have to be sensible and know that you can or can't actually have freezer meals, like you really want, Micah, if you don't have a deep freeze. If you just have a little freezer, you're not going to be able to do too many of those. Okay? Next question.
Tracy Allen says, Kat, can you talk about how to manage an unexpected day off sick with children?
Okay, Tracy Allen has a good question, and that is, how do you manage an unexpected day off because your children are sick and you had to take that day off to be with your kids? Yes, Tracy, that's another great question, and the answer for that is you have to have a plan for those kind of days. Like we have vacation plans, you have to have a sick day plan. What are you going to do on that day? So my suggestion would be routines and deal with the child. Now, if the child doesn't need your constant attention, then you can do whatever zone we're in, but just 15 minutes, and you can do the basic weekly plan unless it's errands, because you'll be running around. It's a great day to do planning if you have some quiet time, because generally when children are sick, they're lethargic. So think about your kids and how are they when they're sick. But if you're needing to take them to the doctor and they're throwing up or have diarrhea and you're changing sheets and dealing with the fever and all that, you're not going to have time or inclination to do something as unimportant as housework. Your child is the most important thing. I hope this was helpful, Tracy. Okay, next question, Mr. B.
Hold on.
I'm holding on.
Is it Mika people?
Micah?
Micah?
Mm-hmm.
Can I need help on how to keep my fridge full? Oh, I already read that.
Yes, you
Tracy
did.
out. Okay.
You read Tracy, you read Micah.
Two a day. I've been home. Erin.
Erin?
Hold on a second. I don't know if she's talking to Tracy.
She's talking to Tracy, okay.
Okay, you have to give me a second here. It's a lot hanging up on me.
We've been on 20 minutes, kids. We only have 23 thumbs up, 51 people on. Please give me a thumbs up if this is something that you like, okay?
Just hold on.
Just hold on, he said.
Why you don't have chat?
I don't know why I don't have chat either, but it's not here today. I would love it if I did have it. I'll drink water. Are you guys drinking your water? Oh, look, I'll show you something I got. I got a Versa, what's it called? Fitbit. I love it. And it tells me that I need to walk 250 steps every hour. And yesterday I was mentoring, and in between mentorings, I would go 17 lengths back and forth in my RV because we only have about that much space. It's about 9 steps, 9 or 10 steps. So I'd go 17 and then take a call. In the next half hour, I'd do 17 to 19 more. I got 250 steps somehow. And got all my steps in yesterday between calls, and I felt better because I was up and moving between calls.
All right, this is.
Took me a couple minutes
Another
each
question.
time. Yes, sir.
I don't know if Aisha.
Aisha. Mm-hmm.
It
It's you, Aisha. You're up. Let's see what he says.
says, since my baby is now 2 months, I've only been doing my routines. When should I start doing my zones, please?
Aisha, good question. Aisha said since her baby is just 2 months old, she's just been doing routines. When should she start doing her zones? When do you feel like you want to start doing your zones, Aisha? Are you ready? Is your baby ready? Most of the time at 2 months, even at 6 weeks, you can go back into zones and weekly home blessing and all the other things that we do. You just won't be able to do it as consistently as you like based on the needs of your infant until they're about 9 months old. So I would say now's the time to try your basic weekly plan, which I'm hoping somebody was doing for you, buying groceries, paying bills, those kind of things, and then also your zone. Because little infants sleep, as we know, they don't need your constant attention. We do want to hold them all the time because they're just so precious, but put your baby down and go do some work for about 15 minutes. Wash your hands, come back, and love on them some more. Put your baby down, go do some more work for 15 minutes. Come back, kiss your baby. Wash your hands, love your baby. It's easy, you can do it. 15 minutes of decluttering, then maybe 4 or 5 minutes of putting those things away after you come back and visit with the baby a little, and then 15 minutes of working on your basic weekly plan. If it's like planning and desk day, it might take you a couple hours. If you haven't done it in a while and you're out of practice and you had to take it back over or whatever, so you just do it in little bits. Okay? All right, I hope that was helpful. Next question.
Tracy Allen.
Okay.
Yes, that was helpful. More specifically, I'm wondering about keeping on top of the sick mess. I already have 2 loads extra for laundry today.
Okay, so Tracy is doing a follow-up question, and her follow-up question is she's more concerned about, apparently her children are throwing up. She's got a sick mess, so she's got extra laundry, and how does she do that? You know, I'm glad that you have extra sheets for the beds. Take the sheets off, rinse them out, put them in the washing machine. Take care of the sick clothing first, and then once that's done and your child settles down, then you can do some other laundry. But you don't know that they won't throw up again, so hopefully you've got the sheets dry, so you can maybe put them back on, and then if they get sick on those, you can wash the next mess. Hopefully they'll stop throwing up soon. Just have to keep going, cycle through, and then if you can, do your other laundry in between. It's not like you're going anywhere, right? Okay, sorry, honey. Next. You have one queued up for me, Mr. B?
No, there's a lot of people saying hi.
Okay, well, if you say hi, I can't see it, so I'm not getting chat today. So hi. Wouldn't it be fun when I went somewhere, if somebody saw me and knew me, they would say hi to me? That would make me so happy. So far, no one's ever done that. Out of the 20,000 people who watch these videos, almost 21,000, nobody has ever said hi to me. But I get some looks. That just could be because of the way I look. Mr. B, come on, surely there's a question or a comment that needs to be.
Well, Vicky Lane says, oops, first she said from Sunrise, Vicky from Sunrise, Vicky Lane from Sunrise, finally catching you live again, good morning, Kat, Mr. B.
Okay. Hi, Vicky.
Changing my life with guitar, says I love the infant days, I couldn't say not love now.
Okay, never mind.
No heart.
Just get to a
now.
question. He mumbles. I don't even know what he's saying. But he said that Vicky said hey. And I'm sure a bunch of you are saying hey. And I say hey back. All right, you know what I think I'm going to do? It's been 25 minutes. This is a little difficult because Mr. B is a slow searcher for questions.
There's just no questions.
Oh, there are no questions. So I'm going to go. I hope you have a fabulous day. If you don't know what to do today, go back and watch the beginning of this video. It tells you exactly what to do. It's date night, so make sure you do something special with your sweetie. And always remember that you are beautiful.